is the ultimate power, and opinions scream the loudest. It's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
In a world where power shapes with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing.
And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world, because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
The Ariara International Market is an open-air market located in Aba, a city in Abia State in southwest Nigeria. The market is one of the largest markets in West Africa and nicknamed China of Africa because of its versatility in the making of wares and leatherworks. Ariara International Market was established in 1976 following a fire outbreak that destroyed the old Ekeoha market in Aba. The market was originally sited in a swampy area. The market is known for its shoemaking and leatherworks, thus making it one of the largest leather shoemaking markets in West Africa, with an estimated 2 million traders. For more than 2 decades, the market has serviced clients home and abroad. Manufacturers in the market boast that their Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and
all the people. Big up VOP TV. My name is Suibifa Dokubo. Please keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, my name is Kwekumali Ikena Onyekwena, and I am with the Voice of the People TV. Now, if you're looking for the veritable channel for information, politics, robust discussions, you don't need to go far. VOP has you. VOP will always have you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Patrick Diabwa, aka Ibani Chuka, Amayanabo the Eagle King, and you are watching VOP TV. Stay with us.
2564 is coming up on Burning 9, right?
The 2564 Atlantic Tower.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
All right, welcome to another beautiful edition of the Locker Room and Voice of the People Television. I am Jerry Apeliohai, and we've got a thrilling show for you today. It's all about football, talking about the round leather game, the biggest sport in the world as far as sport is concerned. I'm not doing it alone. The usual suspects are with me to take a look at all the action, talking about international allegiance to the Carabao Cup, and as well as the situation in the French Cup. A lot of things happened. And the reason why Ademola Lookman made the choice to move to Atletico Madrid, definitely to a lot of Nigerians, it was clearly obvious. And someone asked me a question, was it yesterday? Was it a trick question? Saying, had it been he made the move to Fenerbahce, would Nigerians have celebrated it this much? The way they celebrated his move to Atletico Madrid. And I say, okay, Nigerians don't settle for less. Anyway, but that's not to say the Turkish league is less, because the real victor plays in the Turkish league. And of course, he's the biggest player in the Super Eagles. But we know, under controlled circumstances, Victor Osimhen wouldn't have been playing in the Turkish league. But it is what it is. That's a story a lot of football fans know about, because they've been enjoying the best of the locker room. And today, we want to educate you more as far as football matters is concerned. The Algerian Hafiz Ogunbanjo is here with me. It's great to have you join us. And of course, it's been a strong song period for the Gunners faithful, but it is what it is. It's great to have you join us all the way from Algeria.
All right. Good evening. I just touched down from Algiers. Yes, according to him. But it's good to be back here. And of course, wonderful games played last night. We saw Serie A action, AC Milan as well. Christian Nkunku, getting a goal for himself. Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well. Getting amongst the goals, and alongside Adrien Rabiot, good one for AC Milan. The Serie A title race is hotting up. Juventus are somewhere in there, Roma, and of course Inter Milan are also there as well. And also we saw games from the French Cup, like we said. Arsenal also getting the better of Chelsea to get into the final, of the Carabao Cup, and maybe hopefully they will get to win that. But they have Manchester City or Newcastle also standing in their way. That will be going on later tonight. Manchester City against Newcastle. City with the advantage of, but of course we also have a lot of other football stories to talk about, and I'm glad to be here to talk about everything.
All right, a lot to talk about. Exciting world of football. Maiwa is now with us. It's great to have you join us. So much to talk about.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. I hope there is no rule on locker room about people who have dual nationality, since Nigeria might be going to the World Cup because of that. So let's check the rules of local.
I like the fact that he's even calling me Algerian, because I have one foot in the US. The team is going to the World Cup.
His allegiance is disguising. Anything that has Ria, he likes it anyway. So he's all for the Rias.
But in any case, a whole lot of what to talk about. After riding the final, they are waiting for their opponent, at Wembley, probably maybe it will be Man City or Newcastle. Probably by 11 p.m. today, we'll probably know. AC Milan, throwing their hat in. Will Inter Milan slip up, just like Napoli did, allow other teams to overtake them? The Italian Serie A is touching up. Ademola Lookman, a whole lot of people praising him. But in any case, a whole lot of football to talk about. And our host is also wearing a Liverpool jersey. Liverpool is currently sitting down below Manchester United. But it's always amazing to be here. Thank you for having me, Jerry.
You have to bring that in, but definitely I'll get to your time. I'll have your time. I'll have your time. So, I'll have your time. Hey, yo, just be calm. Be calm anyway. Hey, let's start off with the situation of Tammy Abraham. Former Nigerian Football Federation president, Pinnick, has revealed he still feels a sense of regret over failing to convince Tammy Abraham to commit his international future to the Super Eagles. Abraham, who was born in London to Nigerian parents, remained eligible to represent Nigeria throughout his youth career despite progressing through England's age grade teams. That window remained open until 2017 when the striker made his senior debut for the Three Lions in the European Championship qualifier against the Czech Republic. Pinnick disclosed that Nigerian officials made repeated efforts to present international football with the Super Eagles as a more fulfilling long-term pathway, believing Abraham's heritage and strong family connections would play a decisive role. At one point, discussions appeared to have reached a breakthrough, with the forward initially indicating a willingness to switch allegiance. However, the plan unraveled shortly before England moved to cap him, effectively closing the door on any future involvement with Nigeria. Abraham has since collected 11 England caps, scoring 3 goals through his international career. And though his international career, I beg your pardon, has stalled in recent years, his last appearance for the Three Lions came in a UEFA Nations League fixture against Italy in June 2022, and he has not been recalled since, despite spells with AS Roma, AC Milan, and a return now to Aston Villa. Of course, we all know how Pinnick did his best to bring Tammy Abraham to play for the Super Eagles, but the man made the last-minute change of mind that he believes playing for England is a better option.
Well, Pinnick has been a man that's been, talking, lately. I mean, on different platforms, he's been, making his mind known about how, from the way his administration went, him not being responsible for some things that have happened, how, he's trying to, I won't say deny, but I mean, speak some facts saying that Nigerian football did not get rotten under him and all of that. And now, this is the latest one. He made some statements, not just about Tammy Abraham, but also about the certain Eberechi Eze, saying they could have played for Nigeria. In fact, for the Eberechi Eze one, he came out saying, his sister stopped him. They've already made agreements. One thing I've just picked from what Pinnick has been saying is this form of him trying to, trying to put himself aside, saying things like, I tried, I did, I was supposed to do this. If I did this, but it did not go my way, so it's not my fault. I agree with his father and all of that. If you really agree with his father, then what happened? What did his father say? What did Tammy Abraham say? You did not put that there. He just came out to tell us that, okay, look, I tried to convince the father, everything was agreed, and then it changed. At the time, it was not, if you recall, it was not only Tammy Abraham. There was a certain Chuba Akpom there too, and a certain Fikayo Tomori, and we lost them all. In fact, I would have said maybe Fikayo Tomori was even more needed, because at the time, Nigeria didn't really have a good centre-back pairing. Leon Balogun was aging, there was need for replacement. But at the end of the day, Fikayo Tomori didn't get to play for Nigeria. He was even supposed to play for Canada, but eventually went to play for the Three Lions of England. And we all know how it is today. He's not even being called up for international tournaments anymore. I was talking about the AC Milan defender. And also at the time, 2017, Tammy Abraham was playing for the under-20. They won the World Cup with England. He was there with Dominic Solanke, and also the other Nigerian-born players as well. We didn't get to hear all of this. Why are we hearing all of that one now? When he was still there as president, we didn't get to hear all of this. Did you make a lot of effort to bring the boy to come and play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? No, you didn't, obviously. You're not coming now to tell us that you tried to speak with his father. He's a very good friend, and something just happened that the boy didn't get to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And okay, if he had played, if he had accepted at the time, he would have had a lot of international appearances. I don't buy what Pinnick is saying. Yeah, I don't buy it.
The question for me in all of this is, what difference would Tammy Abraham have made for the Super Eagles if he had chosen to play for?
Well, let me say, at the time when Frank Lampard joined Chelsea, there was a time where Chelsea had this transfer embargo. they couldn't get to sign players. So therefore, we saw the introduction of Tammy Abraham. Before that, he has already played for Aston Villa and Swansea, and it shows that yes, he was showing some promise. Then he picked up some form, at Chelsea. Then England snapped him up. The Three Lions moved the fastest. Yes, he was born there. Automatically, that would have given them the edge, right? They moved the fastest, and of course, they showed more promise and they got him. And if you ask Tammy Abraham now, I don't think he will tell you that he regrets making the decision. Remember, we had the likes of John Fashanu, who made the decision to play for the Three Lions of England. Did he get to play a lot of games? No, he didn't get to play a lot of games. But what did he say at the end of the day? You and I know what he said. When he said that there are still some incentives still being paid to him, will he have enjoyed such benefits here playing for Super Eagles of Nigeria? Jerry, you know that there are some players that actually put in their blood, sweat, and tears for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Are they still being paid their royalties? No. So for me, I don't value that.
For your country. Yeah.
A lot of people have exhibited that joy. A lot of people have exhibited that joy, and we know where they are today.
At least he's not better than Victor Osimhen. Yeah.
Tammy Abraham?
Yeah. You cannot even list Victor Osimhen's boots.
Come on,
as far as strikers is concerned.
Don't say that. But at the time, Jerry, at the time, Tammy Abraham was actually informed.
Yeah,
he was getting the goals. How
old was Osimhen in 2017?
What's the difference? I mean, I think it's just about a year or two, if they are not even of the same age. Because Tammy Abraham is currently 28 years old. Victor Osimhen should be 27. Yeah. So I think it's like just like a year. Where was Victor Osimhen playing at 2021? If you look at 2021, Tammy Abraham was in Chelsea winning the Champions League. Don't let us take that away from him.
As a fringe player.
Don't let us take... He's there. He was getting goals for Chelsea. He was playing. He was getting game time. I think it was when Lukaku came in the 2021-22 season. That's when his game time got limited. Kai Havertz was also, put up as a striker. Then he had to look for another deal.
It was the transfer embargo that made him look like...
But when he got to AC Milan, when he got to Roma, he was bagging the goals. But my thing is this. When the player, I don't want to use the when he wanted
let's
to
look
play,
at that trajectory, that period, 2017, he had played for Super Eagles, maybe he gets some caps. Do you think he's even going to near the starting 11 now? Look at his form, his club side.
No, we don't know what will have happened. Maybe that one, I will give him.
We don't know what will happen for Ademola Lookman would have rubbed off on him or what? I don't know, because, I'm trying to make a case of what difference would Tammy Abraham's choosing the Super Eagles, what difference would it have made for the Super Eagles? That's my grounds. And the way that Amadou Pinnick is singing his praise, that he would have brought Tammy Abraham and so on and so forth. So if Tammy Abraham had decided...
I think at the point there were even options. There were options at the forward line. But for me, I think at the back, it was Fikayo Tomori at that point. If you ask a lot of Nigerians today, they will tell you that it was Fikayo Tomori that actually fumbled it, not him.
All right, Maiwa, Tammy Abraham. It looks like this man is doing everything to make sure that he has maybe a good credit.
Everything to stay relevant.
To stay relevant.
That's what he's trying to do.
Maybe run for a comeback.
Where is he coming back to?
Yeah, this politicians.
To the NFF?
Yes.
To this same NFF?
Politicians are very interesting people.
Oh,
Maiwa. We said it here first. I said, I was one of those people that said it here, that don't be surprised that we'll see Amadou Pinnick come back and want to contest again. And that is the reason why, we are seeing all this, him talking about all these things. But I want to correct something that Amadou Pinnick said. He failed to bring his friend's son to play for the national team. Amadou Pinnick and Tammy Abraham's dad, they are very close friends. They are even family friends. So he failed to bring his friend's son to play for the Super Eagles. And that is the reason why, Tammy Abraham is not here. However, at that particular time, I think it was even more of Fikayo Tomori that was tilting to play for Nigeria. Even the dad of Fikayo Tomori made comments of him wanting Fikayo Tomori to play for Nigeria rather than that of Tammy Abraham. For Tammy Abraham, I think it would not have been needed, to be honest with you. If you look at his career trajectory, immediately he left Chelsea. Yes, he won the Champions League, he won the Europa League with them. But immediately, and yes, he won the Conference League with Roma. He's one of the players that have won everything in Europe. However, if you look at his time, when he was in Roma, he peaked in Roma and then started dropping form. Yes, injury contributed to it. He had a nasty injury. But if you look at his trajectory since then, he's 27 and he's no more playing active football again. That was why he's skipped out to Aston Villa to probably rejuvenate his career. So he wouldn't have been needed for Nigeria. That's my number 2. I think this Amadou Pinnick singing about you are the NFF president. You should be talking about growing players from the National League. He's touting this as a supposed achievement for him. He's proud to want to be bringing players who consider Nigeria as a second choice. For him to even make that statement as the NFL president, when he was the NFL president, and for him to be touting it as an, because he's saying it as if it's an achievement. For him to be saying that shows the little foresight he has for growing football in Nigeria. And he's part of those that killed football in Nigeria. I'm just praying that the biased people that will vote, the state FAs, I don't know what they are doing, the political rewardees that are state FAs, I hope they will not all gather and reward Amadou Pinnick with this kind of a manifesto of disgrace that is trying to spill out, because he has been talking so much with the kind of with the kind of disaster it caused for our national team. Look at our national team at the moment. Before Amadou Pinnick, it was a balance of some foreign-born player and majority of them coming from the Nigerian league. Coming out from the Nigerian league. Now we have a team that 60-70% of them are foreign-born. This is not the kind of national team we should be building. And if Amadou Pinnick comes back, the little progress we are trying to make, I think is going to hamper it. And I'm hoping that the state FAs that will go and vote, they will not vote him, because what he's trying to do is trying to come back is the packaging failure as success for him to be able to get back power, and that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I will second what Omayowa said. I will second what Omayowa said, because honestly, we should be looking at strikers in our league.
Yeah,
the league is in shambles right now.
These great teams should be reinforced.
Yes. Before we start saying players should be moving, to the likes of the Tunisian league, the Botswana league, moving abroad, why can't we see them? Okay, you are the top scorer of, the NPFL or even the NLL. Come and play have a trial in the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
We don't have any shame anymore.
Why do we feel like we all have to take everything outside? Let's go and call players from outside. Let's go and try to convince some people.
Hafiz, correct me if I'm wrong. How much do they pay the highest goal scorer in the league? How much do they pay them?
I don't think it's up to $1 million.
How much do they pay them? Are they recognized?
They are not.
Are they recognized? This is the FA president.
That money is even promised. It's promised money. It's not that you the money.
It's even promised. It's not as if you see the money,
You might hear of it, but you might not see it.
It's not encouraging. It's not really encouraging. And players like that, they will not even want to stay. But at least still just bring them to the Super Eagles. It's like we use players from the NPFL for design. Just come, okay, it should not be as if we didn't recognize the league. Just be part of maybe a 38-man squad. At the end of the day, they will drop the 23. Are you telling me that all the players that you put in that team, they are better than the players of the NPFL?
And please, do you know how bad it is? The league champions last season, Remo
Stars.
How many of those players are still with Remo Stars? They sold almost 11 of those players. That means the Remo Stars you are seeing today is a new team. It's not the same team that won the league last season. That's how bad it is. A team will win the league. The players are just for first refusal. They can even go to China, Malta, just to get foreign exchange. That's the value of our naira. Our value of our naira is also not helping matters.
I remember
situation is not helping matters.
I remember, towards the middle of last season in the MPFL, a certain Ibrahim Olawoyin, who plays for Ikorodu City, promising midfielder, very, very good, can even influence the attack as well. At the end of the day, it wasn't even called at all. And this is the same Nigeria where we are complaining that we don't have a backup to Alex Iwobi. We don't even have a competition to Alex Iwobi. Now we have a certain player, showing his trout in the MPFL, and he's not even getting a call. It's just unfair. And now he's not even in the MPFL anymore. That's left to Ikorodu City. I think he's in Turkey.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean,
maybe playing in the second division now.
we will just go. We say we are trying to beg somebody's father. We are trying to beg somebody's sister. Should we be begging with a league, with a running league?
When you fail to.
And it was there for 8 years.
Yeah, when you fail to do your own work, you go and be begging.
He's coming out to type this as an achievement. He's coming out to say it's an achievement. I was trying to beg his father So
why even having issue? Why even having issue?
It's an achievement.
I don't understand. And he's coming out to say, "It's I tried to do this."
Yeah.
Look at what he claims to be the Kebbi State.
How many FA around the world will come out and tout this as an achievement? See, the thing is this, the standard we have set for ourselves, the bar we have set for ourselves is so low. And
very low.
People that are not Pinnick, yes, as rough shoulder people in FIFA and just of them. People that are not Pinnick should not have people that are not Pinnick, Bissau and just of them should not have any business with football. Don't even come out and say you are trying to make Nigeria the Super Eagles team, the team that's supposed to represent Nigeria, a team B, and it's not only happening in football. So let me digest a bit. Check basketball. All the girls playing for our female national team, they are from the US. They are US citizens. None of them is from Nigeria here. Almost every sport. It does not make, and money is being allocated to development of this sport.
Maiwa, how many Super Falcons players are playing in the NWFL? How many? We don't have players. Are we saying we don't have players in the women's league?
Our Super Falcons will soon become a team B of USA and Canada. That's the honest. I don't have anything against them.
In Nigeria, it has gotten to the state that in Nigeria it's better to run an academy than run a football club in the league. You know why? Academies are now more profitable.
Yeah.
All our best players, as far as from the under 14, let's say under 7 to 16, they are all in academies ready to be shipped out to any country that wants them.
Exactly.
They are not preparing them to play in the MPFL anymore.
Yeah.
No, there's no MPFL is just those ones that didn't leave during their academy days. Those are the ones maybe their age is not on their side. Those are the ones you see in the MPFL. And they have one season wonder because they will play for their life because they will tell them this is the last opportunity you have.
You know
you are
just
already,
show yourself.
You know you are near 40 already. We are just your age is 25 officially. If you don't make it now, you can never make it again. That's why you see them. They will go to Malta. They will play one season or 2 seasons. You will not hear about them again. Look at that midfielder that they were talking about last season. Ikechukwu was asking lyrical about the man that Niger Tornadoes. I'm trying to remember him.
Okay.
Was invited to the Super Eagles. He played for Niger Tornadoes.
Yeah.
He left. He went away. Was searching for club doing trials. He now came back and he lost form. That's how his career is now on the roadside. I don't know. He was 19 then. Maybe tomorrow.
You remember?
I don't know.
Is it Kenny Bankole as well? Kenny Bankole of Raymond Stars too. Where is it today? Where are these players? I remember Usman Mohammed, the 31-year-old midfielder we called to come and play at the AFCON. He was at the AFCON now. He was at the AFCON.
Let's bloom.
Are we going to see him again?
Don't worry, he will sign one new deal to Russian League. You know, Unadi has gotten a new contract. They are priming him. He's going to get a contract very soon.
Now Unadi's playing for Marseille. We'll have to go and be looking at him now. Okay, now he's playing for Marseille. He has a big club attached to his name. We have to call him automatically, and he's 22.
He's already in the Super Eagles. He's already making the Super Eagles.
Of course, if he gets playing time for Marseille, he will be playing for the Super Eagles. Where are midfielders like Unadi that are playing in the MPFL?
Anyway, they will need a godfather.
And he was there for 8 years. Now he's coming out to come and say some things that he didn't even achieve.
They'll need somebody to say it's my slot before he'll be able to make the national team. So that's how it is. All right, let's talk about Ademola Lookman. The reason why the man made a big career move to Spanish La Liga side Atletico Madrid has been explained by football transfer expert Daniel Martins in the wake of comparisons with the transfer of Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray. Nigerians on social media compared the transfer to that of Osimhen, who moved from the Italian Serie A to Galatasaray at the peak of his game. A move talking about a move that came after a breakdown in his relationship with Napoli. Lookman's relationship with Atlanta also suffered a similar fate after he went on strike to push a move in the summer to Serie A rivals Inter Milan, and the club blocked the move, leaving him with no option but to return. And speaking further, the man also said that taking a look at Lookman, having a representative who works with a team of experts. You know, I said this before. Like this man read my mind and brought this out. Say Lookman's situation is different because he was working with a representative who works with a team of experts. Unlike Osimhen's agent, who isn't at that level yet, Osimhen went for a cheap agent who will not cry foul if he doesn't get 10% of the move. Yes. You can't eat your cake and have it. You already have bad image, bad publicity. Clubs are afraid of signing you. You now went for a cheap agent and you want to move to big club sides like Real Madrid and Manchester United. It won't happen. It's just carrot and stick. You have to give and take. That's it. It's just like sowing seed. You know, the way you lay your bed, that's how you lay. Everybody was like, his club side, blah, blah, blah. Yes, his club had their own issues. I know how difficult it is. Talking about Laurentiis, the owner of Napoli, is a very difficult bargainer. Fine and well and good. But what's the quality of the agent you had? You had somebody who you will tell that he should give you his 10% he's going to receive from the move, and he will not complain if you give him 5% or 2% through the back door. That's how Osimhen was running his empire. Of course, we all know how eventually he's going to end. Looking like him, he's playing his Galatasaray in Turkey with all this quality.
Anyway, for me, you mentioned something about Lookman having a team of experts. Was it those experts that actually told him to have a gentleman's agreement in 2025, 2026? About you just having a verbal agreement with the club without putting it on paper? Was it those experts that advised a certain Ademola Lookman? Because I remember when he came out to release a statement about the agreements he had with Atalanta, there was no on paper. We did not see it on paper.
Maybe you called the expert.
Exactly. But you are the one trying to hammer it on experts. Was it what were these experts looking at when you could not put a certain statement, a certain club statement on paper?
The thing is that when it comes to contracts, you cannot have it all 100%.
Yeah.
Because there are some situations where you are discussing with the club side, they are at an advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. But it now depends on your agent on how he's able to manage the situation to make sure you don't end up losing out.
I know, but that one I just said is the basic.
No, yeah,
when you already know the kind of club you are working with, Jerry.
The thing is that the club, if they decide that they won't put it on paper and have a gentleman agreement with you, there's nothing you can do because you still have a long stay with the club side. You get
that's where you push for things like that. You push for it, and you come out to say you pushed for it.
If you push, why do you
come out to just say you have a verbal agreement with the club and they are treating you that way? They will because they have the advantage.
What about the case of talking about Isak? They had a gentleman agreement.
Isak, Victor Gyökeres, Johan Visa, and Ademola Lookman, they all suffer from the same thing.
Yeah.
No gentleman.
There's nothing the agents could have done in that situation. But how you are able to scale through and have your way at the end of the day, that proves that you have a good team around you.
That's why I said we don't get to know everything that happens behind the scene. But
I'm looking at the end result.
For Ademola Lookman,
we are not looking at the process. We are looking at the end game. Who benefited from the whole quagmire?
There's this.
Gyökeres eventually had his way. Let's not forget. He eventually moved to Arsenal.
Exactly. But it's not every player that will react like that. You remember Maguire too? Maguire was also in that situation.
Victor Osimhen also went to strike. He called the club out on social media and everything.
And he's a Galatasaray at the end of the day.
Yes. That shows that at the end of the day, he did not really, he also lost. Because he's not playing at the club side he would have wished to play for. If you ask Osimhen deep down, when he was going to leave Napoli, Galatasaray was never an option. Let's just state that for the facts.
Okay.
Because this was a player that rejected big money to move to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Which Napoli was ready to
there was Chelsea, PSG was also interested.
PSG, Chelsea also interested.
Yeah.
But because of the whole debacle, they decided to pull out. And of course, we can also rule out that...
I won't blame everything about Osimhen's failed transfer. I won't blame everything on his agents. I won't blame everything on his agents.
I can tell you on good authority that Osimhen does not have a top agent that manages him.
Does he have a top character? Or do you think they are not scouts of other clubs that were interested in him, looking at what he has been doing over the past 2 years?
That is why I will give you an example of Mario Balotelli. Balotelli had a worse character, but he was making big moves.
Like calling the coach out on social media.
Social media
by
was
his
not
name.
Big then. If social media,
and still being pampered by his national team.
If social media was big then, Balotelli would have even done worse.
If you are pampered by your national team, you can't be pampered by your club side.
Mayowa, I would like you to react.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, see, remember, Osimhen had to change agent. That's number one. And we said it consistently, look at the African players. Most of them, they have issues with their agent. Their agent is not top agent. There are some moves that will be made because of your agent. Luis Suarez was badly behaved, right, in terms of his conduct on the field of play. he was able to move to the biggest club. Mario Balotelli is a hot-headed man. He was able to move around. Eric Cantona was a hot-headed player. No club should ever want him. He was able to make big moves. The agent is very, very important. Remember during the saga of Osimhen, even one of his agents was working against him. I think we took that report on local room. Then even one of his agents was working against him in their supposed WhatsApp group or chat group against him in terms of his character and the rest of that. Yeah. So I think Osimhen got himself very well. And I said consistently, look at the move for Ademola Lookman. Yes, what happened to Ademola Lookman is a gentleman's agreement. However, some of this gentleman's agreement only happens after contract is signed. This was not, a gentleman's agreement that was put in the contract. This was a gentleman's agreement that was outside the contract. Yes, it did not go at it very well, and he should be wise enough to know that verbal discussion, yes, sometimes according to law, it's supposed to be enforceable. But when you get to the nitty-gritty of it, there's a lacuna that will tell you that if it's not signed, it did not happen. It will be you said, we said, and you said, we said. So we got to say in that mess. However, look at what having a very reliable agent, a very good agent that can speak for you, even when the club don't want you, the agent that can use the connection to get you the news. Look at what he has done for him. Ademola is moving from Italy to another club in Spain that's always Champions League bound, that has a kind of credibility Champions League. Look at where Osimhen went from Napoli to the back road of Europe. So that is the reason why it's very, very important, especially for African players. They should invest in PR and agents, top agents. You don't mind the commission, they will put the boss around you. They will even set up the PR that will not that image around you. If Osimhen have a top agent, the top agent will have brought in the PR team to run that image. Osimhen will not play in Turkey at the moment.
Yeah, even if he had a very powerful agent, he would have only played 6 months with Galatasaray now. By January, he would have made a big move. Yeah, if he had a good agent who really...
I thought it was even in the initial contract that he was going to play 6 months. That was last season.
Imagination contract, because we are just having imagination. But the thing is that you need somebody to speak for you in those rooms.
In those times, yeah.
Yes, because you cannot be everywhere.
Yes.
But there is somebody who can talk about you. That's what the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, the likes of Messi, those players internationally enjoy. They invest heavily on structure to make sure that, yes, those people speak for them in those rooms. Yeah. But who speaks for Osimhen in those rooms? It's not like, it's what I'm going to get. Let me get everything. Let everything come to me.
The Lookman deal, I'm so glad where it has ended now. I mean, it's Atletico Madrid. I wish him all the best for them, even though I remember I say I have my reservations about the style of play. Yeah. But I feel he's going to come out of Spain a better player. But remember that time that we were having that transfer saga with, Atalanta. They came out with a report of their own, to try and rebuff what he has said by saying, you signed a contract saying that we won't sell you directly to a rival. It was there. For I think it was about 2 years or 4 years. No. We won't sell you to a rival.
The issue with Atlanta,
and now you want to move to Inter Milan for a paltry 20 million. Just because you want to leave the club. They won't take it easy.
The issue with Atlanta and Ademola Lookman was even, apart from just even the contract as first. Yeah. Let's not forget he had an issue with the coach before he left, Gasperini.
Yes.
And
but the coach has been changed, right? Yeah. And he's been finding his feet. He's been finding his feet under Palladino.
Yeah. Matters have already gotten worse then. He has already made up his mind. He was no longer happy at Atalanta.
Yes.
That was why he was not eager. Like he wanted to make
he stayed at Atalanta. Maiwa mentioned it. He was being a gentleman about it. Yes, it's all the gentlemen don't really get the best of deals, but at the end of the day, he still got the better deal.
Ask his
at the end of the day.
Ask Kolokoyo, correct.
but Gay, look at Gay. Gay too was trying to be a gentleman, but that is at Manchester City. Yeah. And now Lookman as well.
It's better for him.
It's better for him.
It's a self disaster of playing under the Arsenal edition this week. So Martin is really better.
I was waiting for that. He decided to be cheeky. I was waiting for that, and you virtually fell into the trap. But anyway, let's leave this conversation. Let's talk about Bassey, the Nigerian international defender, snubbed a big money offer to move to Saudi Arabia in the recently concluded January transfer window. And Bassey, who made the tournament best 11 and the recently concluded AFCON, where Nigeria finished third, has a year left on his deal at Fulham. or the club hold an option of extending it for another year. I think he shouldn't take that option because in the summer, someone like Calvin Bassey should be having big clubs coming for him because he's on fire at the moment.
Of course, now it's a case of you know, playing for a big club or going for the money.
Yeah, yeah.
And trust me, with his quality, Calvin Bassey, even if he's playing for a certain Al-Nassr or Al-Hilal, he will still get the place in the Super Eagles of Nigeria because he has that quality. And so it's for him to make a choice. But for me, I would say it's still going to attract a big side. I mean, AFCON has proven a lot that AFCON has shown with the likes of Naef Aged, the likes of Niakate, that is up there. And rightfully was the team of the tournament. So for me, I think Fulham should be bracing up for big deals, including Saudi League. They will come for him, of course, because, trust me, they have people also watching. But I think other clubs, you know, in the top 5 leagues of Europe will also be watching and saying, look, we want to add him to our ranks. I mean, certainly Liverpool should be looking at him instead of going for Jeremy Jackie. I'm not saying Jeremy Jackie is not a good player. He is a good player, but he's untested. I mean, this was the same Liverpool that were going for a certain Lushai Getrida, who plays for Sunderland. He has played at Feyenoord under Arne Slot, played for Leipzig. I don't understand what's wrong with Liverpool's transfer business. We don't even want to go there now. But at least Liverpool can make good use of a certain Calvin Bassey.
I think what Liverpool has been doing, they've been signing a lot of young defenders. 19, I think they signed 2 Nigerian defenders.
Leone was sporting from Parma. He's injured. He got an ACL injury. We don't know about Jeremy Jackie. Yeah, I know he's like, I would like putting out one of the most followed you know, young stars. You know, people are actually like happy me up and all of that.
Yeah.
It's a potential. But then do they need potentials at this point, or you know, tested players that can slot in immediately? We know how the pairing of Konate and Van Dijk have been suffering this season. They need somebody that will come and slot in and make those guys rest. But Jack is untested at the top level, so it's something that have been Bassey maybe in the summer. Liverpool should be looking at him.
I think Marco Silva actually said he doesn't want him to go because it's very, very important to Fulham.
But it's not up to him. It's Fulham. Fulham is more like a selling club. It's not up to him. It's not just him.
So we need to pay £25 million for Calvin Bassey, and they even offered 4 times his wages, which I think is still small. Because currently what he earns, I think it's not even up to 100.
It's not up to 100, yeah.
£100,000. I think they should be paying close. If they really want him, they should ask.
But if an Atletico Madrid, for example, if an Atletico Madrid comes, you know, at Fulham to say, okay, we want a certain Calvin Bassey, and they display the project and they see that, oh, I can even get the chance to play alongside Ademola Lookman, and the project is attractive. I don't think Fulham will have much of a choice. You are not playing the Champions League, you are not playing even in the Europa League, and the player might say, look, I want a new challenge. I don't think Fulham will be that club to stop Calvin Bassey.
Yeah, Calvin Bassey is due to be playing the Champions League. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the thing is, Kevin Bassey's story is a testament to not giving up. This is a person that was chased away from a whole lot of academies until, you know, he was able to make his breakthrough at the age of 18. You know, very late in his career, that was when he was able to make that move. And now, you know, I think if Fulham really wants him, how do you not, you know, be talking about contract extension for one of your best players? He has been one of the best players for Fulham, and they are allowing his contract to run into the last year, and they are not doing anything about it. I don't think they really fancy him like that. I think obviously I don't want him to move to Saudi Arabia. I think he's still got enough quality to be able to stay in the EPL. I mean, there's a particular, and I'm not trying to throw shot at you, Jerry. There's a particular Liverpool that needs an actual defender, an EPL tested defender, and I think you know, a Calvin Bassey might probably be a solution since, you know, going inside to move to Man City. I think clubs in England should be looking at him. The deal is, yes, if he wants to go for the money, yes, but I mean, at 27, what is he looking for in Saudi? I think he has enough quality to be able to play for top teams in England, and I will not be surprised if Fulham do not, you know, suffer this contract situation. Before you know, all these top clubs might probably come from, because I mean, a whole lot of top clubs are looking at shopping for new defender, and Liverpool is one of the are looking for defender. Probably maybe by next season we'll probably see Calvin Bassey, you know, in Liverpool jersey because of his quality at the moment.
All right, we'll wait and see how that pans out. But it looks like the project, they are looking for very, very young players to take over the future, as far as because I think Van Dijk still stays to 2027. Konate's contract is running out. It looks
you
like
can agree with me that Van Dijk is a replacement.
No, Van Dijk doesn't want to play anymore. I don't know. He should go to Saudi League. He knows he's not interested in playing for the club as a captain.
Maybe it's not having that feeling that I used to have under a certain Jurgen Klopp. I don't know. Maybe it's up to Arne Slot to bring back the environment, but I don't. But that should not.
With the money is
you just want the league with him now. So why
money?
You don't want
the
to
money
play?
is earning. I don't. Anyway, no excuses.
But I would believe in somebody that spent over 600 million and can't deliver results. So that's the reason why Van Dijk is demotivated. The coach spent over 600 million and they are struggling. They are below Manchester United. So I mean,
they sold a lot of players and also bought players.
But Maya, with the project of Manchester United, look at Bruno Fernandes. He's still keeping up and playing well. So I don't think that should be an excuse for Van Dijk. He's aging. He's aging and he's just showing some parts that
Van Dijk doesn't know how to complain like Bruno Fernandes. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's his way of complaining.
Maybe when we bring in a Calvin Bassey, he will know what to do.
All right. Yeah. And
there will be competition.
There will be competition. I think he's doing that because there's no competition. He knows he will play week in, week out.
Yeah. Whether he plays badly or not, he will surely start.
Be there and he's the captain. So
That's why he's so comfortable.
He shouldn't be doing that.
Anyway, let's talk about Arsenal. It looks like they're on the verge of the quadruple. Mikel Arteta believes Arsenal will use the magical feeling of reaching the League Cup to fuel their Premier League title charge and also go for the quadruple. Maiwa, yes, they're the best team in the world right now. Arsenal, quadruple is already in sight. Final of the Carabao Cup, FA Cup is around the corner. Champions League, they're topping the table. Arsenal is doing well on the Premier League table. Who says this might be the season they get the quadruple? You know, if you can't win one, win four at once.
Well, if Arsenal, and I'm making a promise here, if Arsenal wins the quadruple, I'll be donating 50,000 to any charity of you guys' choice.
My name is Charity. They are going to win the quadruple. Donate it to me.
So
be careful.
If they do it,
you donate to me.
If they do it, I'll be donating to any charity of your choice. However,
of my choice, okay. I will choose a charity.
I don't think they can do it. I don't think they have enough quality. And let's be sincere here. Yes, they were able to get to the finals of the Carabao Cup. But if you look at the way they have been playing, it only takes a very consistent team to be able to get past them. How do you? Yes, it has been working for them, no doubt. But how do you say you are poised for winning the quadruple when even your supposed attack, none of them has that double digit in goals? That's how poor that team has been. They've only been maintaining their position. Yes, in the Champions League, a lot of people might say, yes, they're doing well in the Champions League and the rest of that. You only play one team and the rest of that. But sometimes your form in the league shows how deficient you are. This is a team that has a striking force that them has gotten to double digit yet. And the reason why they are talking is because the teams below them are not doing so well. So to win the quadruple is a stretch. I think Arteta should probably focus on trying to see how he can manage the team to probably do it and get the league and forget about quadruple at the moment. If it happens, it happens. We're not talking about it when the quality that they are displaying, especially in front of goal, looks suspicious.
Maiwa, who needs double digits? When they were doing double digits, what did he look at? Liverpool, Man City has double digits. Where has he led them? They are not challenging. They are struggling in the Champions League.
Part of the game.
So set piece is giving them quadruple chase.
But it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Like, you have to speak facts. It's not.
Why is it not sustainable? You are topping the Champions League. Look at the way they beat Chelsea. It's sustainable. They are sustaining it.
Have they won anything with it? It just takes about 2 losses and we'll be back to square one.
The thing is that
we'll be back to square one talking about them.
The thing is that has they won it? That's the big question.
Exactly.
Yes. Let me now tell you. The calendar says in January you cannot win quadruple. You have to wait till May.
Till May, exactly.
So wait till May before you say has he won it? Yes.
Why are you praising? But you're the one praising the tactics in January and February.
I'm praising the tactics because so far so good. Like Maiwa used to say, if the league season end now, Arsenal wins.
But it is not ending.
But it's not ending. So you cannot say he has not won it. May has not come yet. Let May come. But as far as we are concerned now, Arsenal is doing well. They are good for all titles.
We told you they are good for all titles.
They are good for all titles. See, if you want to win the title, where do you have to get to first?
You have to get to the top.
Obviously, you have to.
You have to get to the final.
You have to get to the final, yes.
It's only those who are in the
true.
final will be talking about winning it. True of us. They are in the final.
That's true.
That means they are in
That's
conversation
true.
of winning
They're in the
it.
final of
Very
one.
correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Champions League. You
Maiwa.
are topping the table. Invisible. Without losing any game. That's the conversation of saying yes.
That is the league phase. It's a league phase. You don't win.
Without
You don't win
losing a
Champions
game.
League. You don't win
You
Champions
play
League
Bayern
in the league
Munich.
phase.
You play Bayern Munich who's
Jerry,
on form
Jerry, listen.
right now.
Jerry,
in the Bundesliga. What else do you want?
Maiwa, remember 2 seasons ago when Liverpool won the Carabao Cup, beating Chelsea with the young boys that Van Dijk scored. A certain Trent Alexander-Arnold made the post and said 1/4. The season ended as that one. It ended as that one. You don't do things ahead. It's until the season is ended.
The thing is that we all know what happened to
It doesn't end with the league phase of the Champions League.
We all know what happened to that Liverpool side. Immediately, Jurgen Klopp announced that he was going to leave at the end of the season. The players' form dropped.
Jerry, when Arsenal lost to Manchester United,
but
you were
now,
close to calling them bottle jobs.
Arteta is on ground. The players who have been injured, they are back. Look at Calvert. He returned from injury and he got them to go. They are still there to the final.
They're not paying
No, they are not having injury worries anymore. Megaes was injured at a point. Now he's back. Their defense is back solid.
Was he not there against Manchester United?
Manchester United that's a blip now.
What is going on?
It doesn't mean that
a blip when a lot of people were already tagging them to be butlers.
2 points out of 9 points. 2 points out of
It's
40.
a blip. So they are topping now with 7 points, right?
6 points.
6 points.
Yes.
Which is enough to win any league.
6 points is not. Come on.
It's enough to, if they maintain the momentum, they can still win the league.
But Maiwa, as Arsenal, I want to ask you quickly, has Arsenal been consistent this season? To be honest, do you really play?
They are the most consistent team. They are the most consistent team in the Premier League.
Why do they look like they are the consistent?
Okay,
they don't look.
They are topping.
How many losses have they had this season?
They are the consistent of the inconsistent ones.
Yes. So it's better to be consistent of the consistent ones. Yes, and that is better. That is good to win the league. That is good.
How is it good? And you want to win quadruple with that? How?
There was something you told me before.
For us now, it doesn't matter how you get it. There is no matter how you get it.
That person will pay you.
Whichever way, that way.
That person will pay you.
Whichever way, that way. So just leave them.
Problem. Let's leave the studio.
Quadruple all the way.
He will confess. My don't worry. He will confess. Yes.
He invested yesterday and he won. That's why.
Exactly. He invested now. I remember he told me that he told me, but don't worry. I won't say what you told me on there. Don't worry. It's okay.
Hey, time really fast, man. We have to wrap it up. There's a big game tonight. Man City up against Newcastle. Where will the pendulum swing?
I think City already have the advantage. I mean, 2-0 win at St. James's Park. They are going. I know City. Yes, we said they are inconsistent, but I think they will do just enough, to dispatch Newcastle. Arsenal, Manchester City at Wembley. That's going to be fireworks. Right. I don't see Newcastle, turning this one around. Right. But it's football.
Maiwa?
Well, I will not want to risk my dinner. I think I'll be supporting Man City to win. So Man City to the finals.
All right, no need to watch.
Dinner is important.
All right, thank you very much, Maiwa. Thank you. Thanks to the guys who made the show great, talking about the likes of Alex, Jeremiah, and of course Hassan, and all the guys who made the show. The program is great. My name is Jerry Apello saying thanks for being a part of the locker room. Up next is Political Lens with Chukwuma Okoro. Stay tuned.
Ready for the extraordinary. Something big is happening on your screen.